Are you looking for a quick and simple way to bolt on up to 30% more horsepower and torque to your car? Today, we have the answer. Hi guys, Tristan from Cherry Tuning and Performance here, and of course what I'm talking about is this, the RaceChip RS from RaceChip in Germany. Now if you aren't familiar with RaceChip are a tuning company based out of Germany. They make piggyback interceptor chips that come custom tuned with custom looms made for your vehicle. By capturing and modifying sensor data, they allow you to bolt on power to your car. So as you're probably aware, modern cars are pretty smart. They're much smarter than they used to be, in fact. No longer can we bleed out vacuum from the wastegate and expect to make extra boost. That's where something like RaceChip comes in. By connecting up to boost and manifold pressure sensors, it allows the external ECU to trick your factory computer into making more boost. Sure, on cars like this i30 here or on a Kia Cerato GT, you're not connecting the RaceChip up to the fueling system, so there's no way to make sure that you're getting additional fuel. This means you're relying on the car to use short and long-term fuel trims to ensure the car is getting the right amount of fuel that it needs. However, RaceChip claim these chips are safe. So safe, in fact, that in Germany they'll actually give you an engine warranty for your car. So why might you do this instead of retuning your factory computer? Well, a RaceChip is removable. All you have to do is remove the RaceChip from the car, unplug the loom, and the car goes back to stock. There's no traces left behind in the factory computer at all. So you've just got your hands on a RaceChip and you want to get it installed. In this video here, we're going to show you how to install a RaceChip on a Kia Cerato GT. Of course, if you've got a Hyundai i30 with a 1.6 turbo, it's going to be the same loom. So you can use this video as a guide for how to install a RaceChip on your i30 SR or N-Line. So if you're ready to get started, let's jump in. So first things first, you want to make sure your car isn't hot. We're going to be working in and around coolant pipes in the car, and if your car is hot, you're probably going to burn yourself. You'll also notice in this video that the car has a modified intake. This does make it a little bit easier to get to the boost pressure sensor. However, it's not that difficult even if your car is stock.
Inside the RaceChip box, you'll find your RaceChip and a wiring harness. The wiring harness is divided into two looms labelled A and B. Both the A and B looms have two plugs on the end, one male and one female. At the top of the wiring harness is the deactivation plug, which we'll get to later. The easiest place to install the RaceChip is inside the pocket around the battery. Start by feeding loom B in through the pocket and under the intake pipe. Loom B needs to run over to the manifold pressure sensor, so feed it under the radiator pipe as well. The ultimate goal is to make this neat so your engine bay looks as factory as possible. Unplug the manifold pressure sensor by pushing down on the tab and pulling. Then attach the female plug into the sensor. Next, attach the male plug into the factory connector, connecting the RaceChip loom to the factory ECU. The clips only clip in properly in one direction, so hopefully this part is quite straightforward. Once that is done, feed loom A through the battery pocket. This loom goes down to the boost pressure sensor, which is on the intercooler cold side pipe underneath the factory airbox. Take the loom under the air intake pipe, the radiator hose, and the intercooler pipe, and across to the sensor location. This sensor can be a bit hard to get to, so if you're finding it too difficult to access, it's recommended to remove the airbox from the car. To install the cable, follow the same procedure as the manifold pressure sensor. Unclip the factory cable and plug the RaceChip loom into the sensor. Then, plug the male plug into the car's original loom and tuck the cables out of the way. Generally, we find there's no need for cable ties when installed in this location. Finally, we're ready to connect the RaceChip. If your paperwork doesn't have a serial number on it, and you have the app-controlled version of the chip, you'll want to take a note of this number here. To connect the chip, first remove the deactivation plug by pulling back on the purple clip, pulling out the plug, and slotting in the RaceChip. Now push in the purple clip to hold it in place. Tuck your RaceChip back into the sleeve around the battery, and you're done.
Now there might be times that you want to remove the RaceChip from your car without having to pull out the loom.
This is where the deactivation plug comes in. To do this, follow the process in reverse, removing the RaceChip from the connector at the end of the wiring harness and attaching the deactivation plug. If, however, you want to remove the whole loom from the car, one thing to note is that the plugs can be a little tricky to unplug. The easiest way to do this is to push them in a little further before pressing down on the clip to remove the plug.
And we're done. Set your chip to a medium setting like setting 4 on the RS chip and take your car for a drive. The car will need a couple of days to correct the fuel trims before you can turn it up to the maximum setting and enjoy the full potential that your car has. If you've ordered the RaceChip with the app control, download the RaceChip Plus app from your chosen app store and follow the prompts on the screen. And that's it, quick, simple, bolt-on power. If you've got any questions, leave them down in the comments below or hit us up on our website, cherrytuning.com.au. For more videos, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and remember, keep it KDM.
You're like...
Shut up. What up?